So for my short paper, I chose to focus on chapter 4 of part 1 in our textbook, which focused on power. And mine was specifically the imbalance of power, not only relating to interpersonal relationships, but also relating to professional relationships. So the specific instance that I chose to discuss was a situation that happened at work, and there was a miscommunication with regards to a table. I'm a server, and he ended up having to pay for the entire meal, and he thought that it was my fault, and there was a miscommunication error there. However, the issue itself wasn't necessarily the problem. It was how he reacted to the situation, and asserted himself in a way that showed an authority, but it was an abuse of power. So kind of taking like things that we had learned from that chapter and just applying them to that experience for me. And then also relating it to more in a personal sense, I chose to focus on how imbalances of power in relationships can result in situations that could be unhealthy for both parties, whether it's the individual who is higher in power or the individual who is lower in power. And I selected this topic specifically because I feel that as millennials, we can be victimized by older generations who just feel that they have this overriding sense of authority just because of what society kind of like tells them that they can or can't do. And in the workplace, I feel that it's really important for each individual to feel comfortable, because not only does that allow them to perform to their best of their ability, it also can just create a healthier environment that makes it more enjoyable for everyone to work in. And whether it's a professional office or like a casual diner setting, I think the same concept applies to both of those. And I think that myself included, as well as people every single day, are victimized by this imbalance of power in the workplace as well as interpersonal relationships. And I think that these issues can just be really overlooked um, within that realm. And so I think that after not only reading into what the textbook had to say about power, because it not only elaborates on like what power is and how it works within interpersonal relationships, it also discusses how as a society people view power, and also different types of hierarchies, which are really important in our community, obviously. So I think that power as a whole can focus in on smaller beings, smaller concepts, and kind of take a broader meaning. And I think that it can really be useful for everyone. And it's not something that affects just lower people, like in who are like lower range in power, but it affects people all over the board. And I think that just being in a position to where we are victimized a lot by that, whether it's by a customer or by a boss, that it's something that needs to be talked about. So that's why I chose to do my short paper on that. And also that is in chapter 4, which starts in page 109 to 130 in the textbook. In addition to all of the textbook research, I also been looking into a lot of journals where people kind of share their personal experiences, as well as outside research that has been done on it. So I just plan to include a lot of those, and using personal experiences to reflect on that as well. So I look forward to hearing everyone else's discussions as well.